So today we're going to dive into a really fascinating shift in India's defense strategy. And this isn't a story told through boring treaties or political speeches. Nope. It's a story about two incredibly powerful and very different aircraft, one from France and one from the US. And believe me, together, they tell us a lot about how India is building its military for the 21st century.
You know, it's a huge question that every major nation has to grapple with, right? Is it just about having the most boots on the ground or the shiniest new technology? Or is there something more to it, something more strategic going on behind the scenes?
Well, for India, the answer to that question is really starting to come into focus. It's not just about what they're buying, but, and this is the key part, who they're buying it from. This is a very deliberate move to build a more resilient, more independent military by creating strong partnerships all across the globe. Now, to really get this, you have to understand that this isn't just some minor tweak in their shopping list. We're talking about a fundamental strategic shift, a real break from some very long-standing historical dependencies. This statement right here just nails it. You see, for decades, Russia was pretty much the go-to supplier for India's military hardware. But it's pretty clear that era is coming to a close. The new playbook is all about having multiple sources for critical defense gear, making sure India is never again overly reliant on just one single partner. All right, so what does this new strategy actually look like in practice? Let's start up in the air with a truly awesome piece of engineering, the French-made Rafale fighter jet. And we're not talking about a small buy here. A plan for 114 of these jets from France's Dassault Aviation, that's a massive investment. It signals a really deep strategic partnership. This is all about securing the next generation of air power. So what's the big deal with the Rafale? Why is it so sought after? Well, the magic word here is multi-role. You should think of it like the Swiss Army knife of the skies. It can get into a dogfight, it can do reconnaissance, and it can carry out precision strikes on the ground, all from the same plane. In modern warfare, that kind of versatility is absolutely priceless. Now, you hear this term 4.5 generation jet. What that really means is it blends proven, reliable technologies with some seriously next-gen capabilities. It's packed with advanced electronics, the jet's brain basically, and powerful sensors. Its twin engines give it incredible power, and its super cruise ability means it can fly at supersonic speeds without chugging fuel with afterburners. The result? A huge combat radius of 1,000 kilometers, letting it project power way, way out there. And to give you a real sense of that power, just think about this number, Mach 1.8. That's almost twice the speed of sound. This thing is built for pure speed and for dominating the airspace. And hey, this isn't a one-size-fits-all deal either. India is getting 3 distinct versions. You've got the C model, which is the single-seat workhorse for the Air Force. Then there's the B model, a 2-seater that's absolutely essential for training the next generation of pilots. And finally, the M model, that's the super tough naval version, built to handle the insane physics of getting launched off of and landing on an aircraft carrier. Okay, so that covers the Air Force, right? Modernizing with some amazing French tech. But what about India's huge coastline and all its maritime interests? Well, that brings us to the second major piece of this puzzle, and this time it comes from an American partner. Meet the P-8 from Boeing. Now, while the Rafale is a fighter jet, the P-8 is a totally different beast. It's a long-range surveillance and anti-submarine warfare aircraft. It's designed to be the eyes and the ears over a massive stretch of ocean. And its job? Oh, it's absolutely critical. The P-8 is, for all intents and purposes, a submarine hunter. It can patrol enormous areas of the ocean for hours and hours, using incredibly sophisticated sensors to find, track, and if it has to, engage enemy submarines. It's a guardian of the seas. Now, you might think this is a recent thing, but nope. India actually brought its first P-8 into service way back in 2013. This shows that the high-tech defense relationship with the US has been quietly growing for over a decade now. And here's the kicker. India wasn't just another customer on the list. They were the first international partner to operate this cutting-edge aircraft. That says a lot about the level of strategic trust and cooperation between the two countries. And just like we saw with the Rafale, India didn't just grab one off the shelf. They got the P-8I. The I there stands for India, which is a special version made just for the Indian Navy. It's got unique equipment tailored to their needs, making it different from the P-8A Poseidon that the US and other allies fly. Okay, so we've got a French fighter jet for the skies and an American patrol plane for the seas. Two totally different aircraft from two different partners. So what's the big idea here? What does it all mean when you look at the big picture? Well, when you step back and look at them together, they perfectly illustrate India's new strategy. It's all about that strategic diversification, building strong ties with key partners like both France and the US. It's a huge leap forward in modernizing their air power, and it's a massive boost for maritime security in a really critical part of the world.
At the end of the day, the Rafale and the P-8 are way more than just impressive pieces of metal. They are powerful symbols of a confident, forward-looking defense strategy, one that's built on flexibility, on having the best tech, and on a whole web of strong international partnerships.
And that kind of leaves us with a big question to chew on, doesn't it? In a world where alliances are always shifting and changing, India's approach of not putting all its eggs in one basket offers a pretty interesting model. It makes you wonder, is this multi-partner approach the real key to security in a very uncertain future?